On Space Station Orion 7, there was a school for young cadets from different planets. Humans studied there, along with aliens from across the galaxy. Some were tall, some had wings, and some could even float. But in Class 9Z, one student was very different. Her name was Zuri. Zuri was an alien girl with glowing blue eyes and silver skin. She wore a simple black uniform like everyone else, but she never talked, never smiled, never laughed. Every day, she sat in the last row of the classroom. And the seat beside her? Always empty. No one dared to sit beside Zuri. The students called her the useless alien girl. Some said she was cursed. Others whispered she had strange powers. Many believed that if someone sat too close to her, bad things would happen. A boy named Rico once sat beside her. The next day, he got sick and missed school for a month. After that, the seat beside her stayed empty forever. Don't go near her, the students warned each other. She's dangerous. Even the teachers acted strange around her. They didn't ask her questions. They didn't make her read. It was like she wasn't even there. But Zuri came to school every day. She sat quietly, staring out the window as the stars moved outside the space station. She never looked at anyone, never spoke. She was completely alone. One day, everything. CHANGD, a new student entered the classroom. His name was Leo. He was human, with messy black hair and a confident smile. He had just transferred from Earth. The teacher introduced him. Class, this is Leo. Please help him feel welcome. Leo looked around the classroom. Most students gave him a quick smile, others didn't care. He noticed something strange. One seat in the back was empty. The seat next to a quiet alien. Girl, where should I sit? Leo asked. The teacher paused, then said, anywhere you like. Except. But Leo was already walking to the back. Gasps filled the room. No way, one student whispered. He's going to sit next to her. Said another. Doesn't he know? Someone muttered. Leo reached the empty seat and placed his bag down. Zuri didn't move. She just stared ahead, frozen like a statue. Leo sat down, calm, cool, like nothing was wrong. Everyone in the class was staring. Even the teacher seemed nervous, but didn't say anything. The lesson began, but nobody was paying attention. Except Leo. He was focused, taking notes, asking questions, and Zuri? She didn't look at him. Not even once. After class, students gathered around Leo. Are you crazy? A girl asked. You sat beside her. Don't you know the stories? Said a boy. She's cursed. Another added. Leo raised an eyebrow. Cursed? She's just quiet. She's not normal, someone said. Rico sat beside her. He nearly died, Leo shrugged. Maybe he was just sick. You ever think of that? The students were confused. No one had ever defended her before. For the next few days, Leo continued to sit beside Zuri. Still, she didn't talk to him. She didn't even glance his way, but Leo didn't mind. He treated her like any other student. He sometimes made small jokes under his breath, hoping to make her laugh. He even offered her a protein bar once. She didn't take it, but her eyes blinked twice, like she was surprised. Something was changing. Then, on the fourth day, something unexpected happened. Class was over. Students were leaving. Leo stood up to go. But then, he heard a small voice behind him. So quiet. It was almost a whisper. He turned. Zuri was looking at him. Really looking. Her voice was soft, shaky, but clear. You're my first friend, she said. Leo blinked, stunned. She had spoken. To him, no one else. Just him. For a moment, he didn't know what to say. Then he smiled and said, Cool, you're mine too. But someone was watching them. Behind the glass wall outside the class, a tall man in a black uniform was looking at them. His eyes were cold. He tapped something into his wrist device and walked away. He had seen the girl speak. And now, things were going to get dangerous. Leo didn't expect anything after those quiet words from Zuri. "You're my first friend." Just 5 words. But in space, where silence is normal, they felt louder than a scream. That night, Leo couldn't sleep. He lay on his bed in the academy dorm, staring at the glowing stars outside his window. Orion 7 was peaceful, floating between moons. But inside his mind, chaos. Why him? Why now? What was her story? Suddenly, his desk light flickered twice. He sat up. The screen on his wristpad turned on by itself. Lines of symbols, not human, appeared. Glowing blue dot, then a soft voice echoed in his room. "Come to the sky deck. Don't tell anyone." It was Zuri. Leo tiptoed through the quiet academy halls. Security bots floated past him, scanning the air. He kept his face low. No noise. No lights. He reached the sky deck, the highest part of the station. No one came here at night. Except her. Zuri was standing near the edge, staring at the stars. Her silver skin shimmered under the glass ceiling. "You came," she said without turning. "You called me," Leo answered. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Zuri turned and held something out. It was a crystal, small, glowing, floating a little above her hand. Leo blinked. "What's that?" She spoke slowly. "A memory key from my planet." Leo took it carefully. It was warm. It pulsed like a heartbeat. Zuri looked at him, eyes calm but tired. "This has my truth." Then she stepped closer and whispered, "People think I'm dangerous, cursed, but they're wrong." Leo looked down at the crystal, confused. "Why give this to me?" "Because you're not afraid of me," she said. "Because you didn't see a monster, you saw a person." Suddenly, the lights above flashed red. Warning: unauthorized access detected. Security bots began flying toward the sky deck. Zuri's eyes widened. "They tracked me." Leo grabbed her hand. "Run." They ran through the echoing halls, turning corners, sliding under scanner beams. Zuri stopped near a maintenance door and pressed her hand to it. The door opened, not because of the station's systems, but because she opened it with her mind. Leo stared. "How did you?" Zuri just said. "Later." They entered an old tunnel system. Pipes, wires, dust. Forgotten paths under the academy. They hid there in the dark as the bot searched above. Leo caught his breath. "Okay. Now you have to tell me. What's going on?" Zuri looked at him with something new in her eyes. "Trust. My people are gone," she said. "Our planet was attacked by something. Something big. I escaped with the last memory key." "It holds the location of something ancient," Leo asked. "A weapon?" "No," she said softly. "A cure. A gift. Something that could help the galaxy if it's used by the right one." Leo blinked. "Why not use it yourself?" "Because," she whispered, "it doesn't work with alien minds. It only unlocks. With a human heart." Silence. Leo slowly reached into his pocket and looked at the crystal again. It pulsed stronger now. Like it was alive, like it knew him. Zuri whispered, "I waited all this time for someone kind. Someone human. Someone brave." Leo looked at her. "And you think that's me?" She nodded. "You're my first friend. That means something." Above them, the bots gave up the search. But on another screen, someone else was watching. In a dark room deep in Sector Black. A man in a black coat smiled coldly. "She's activated the key," he said. Behind him, soldiers loaded weapons. "Find the boy. Take the girl and bring me the memory." Back in the tunnel, Zuri leaned against the wall, tired. Her hands were shaking. Leo put the crystal away and sat beside her. I don't know why, he said, but I want to help you. She looked at him, her voice soft. Then don't leave me. Leo smiled. I won't. In the quiet dark, too, strangers became something more. Not just a human and an alien, but friends and maybe the galaxy's only hope. In the deepest tunnel beneath Orion 7, where the lights flickered and the air smelled like old wires, Zuri finally closed her eyes. Leo sat across from her, holding the crystal in both hands. It still pulsed, steady, alive, waiting. He whispered, You're more than everyone thinks. Zuri opened her eyes. No, she said. I'm less than what I was. Leo didn't understand, but he stayed silent. Something in her voice felt broken, like a person who had lost everything. Then, without warning, the crystal glowed brighter and projected light into the tunnel. A shimmering image floated in the air, a burning sky, alien ships falling, cities turning to ash. Zuri didn't speak. She just watched her home die again. Leo gasped. Is that your planet? Zuri nodded. It was called Nile. My people were peaceful, farmers, scientists. We didn't believe in weapons. The image changed, now showing black machines descending from space. Their shape wasn't normal, long, silent, like shadows with wings. They came for something under our ground, Zuri said. We didn't even know what it was. But they knew. Leo's voice was soft. What did they take? Nothing, she replied. They couldn't unlock it, but I can. And now, maybe you can too. Suddenly, the crystal dimmed. The vision ended. Silence returned. Zuri breathed deeply. Her skin, usually silver, flickered with faint lines of blue. Leo asked, What's happening to you? She looked at her hands. I'm changing. He leaned forward. Into what? Her voice was slow and full of truth. Into what I was meant to be. Then she held out her hand, palm up, and the air above it bent. A small ball of light formed, floating, glowing softly. Leo's eyes widened. You can control energy? Zuri nodded. Emotion powers my body now. Fear makes me weak, but friendship makes me stronger. Suddenly, the tunnel shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. Zuri stood up. They found us. Who? Leo asked. She answered with a whisper. Sector Black. Above ground, in the Academy's control room, red lights flashed. An officer pointed to a screen. We've tracked them. They're under the fusion core. The man in the black coat, Commander Vale, gave the order. Send the hunter unit. Bring me the girl. The human is expendable. In the tunnel, Leo and Zuri ran through narrow paths. She led him through old storage zones, past broken machines. From the past century. Then they entered a large, round room, forgotten, silent, full of dust and metal bones. In the center stood a machine. A strange chair, wires hanging from the ceiling, ancient alien symbols glowing faintly. Zuri touched it with shaking fingers. This is a memory cradle, she said. I used it once before. To protect the crystal. Leo looked at it nervously. What does it do? It shows the truth, she said. And it can awaken what's hidden. Zuri sat down. The machine lit up, but before Leo could react, her eyes closed and her mind opened. Leo saw it. Not with his eyes, but his mind. He was standing inside Zuri's memory. He saw her laughing, with her family on Nile, flying between glowing trees, dancing in air bubbles. He saw her gift. From birth, she could control light, bend energy, but her people feared it. They told her to hide it. He saw the day the ships came, the screams, the ground breaking open, the crystal given to her by her dying father. Run, he said in her memory. Find someone who won't be afraid of you. And then, darkness. Leo gasped as he came back to reality. The machine powered. Down, Zuri opened her eyes. She looked stronger, not scared anymore. Not small, power shimmered around her fingers. Controlled, calm. I'm ready, she said. Leo smiled. For what? Her eyes locked with his. To stop running. But footsteps echoed through the tunnels. Zuri turned to Leo. Hide. He shook his head. No way. The door burst open. Sector Black soldiers entered with weapons drawn. A voice called out, "Surrender the alien." Leo stood in front of her. Zuri raised her hand. Light danced between her fingers, and for the first time ever, her voice didn't whisper. It echoed, "I am not useless." Asterisk smoke rose in the old tunnel. Zuri's hand was still glowing, not with wild, dangerous light, but controlled power. Around her, Sector Black soldiers lay unconscious, their weapons melted. Their helmets cracked. Leo was speechless. Zuri stepped forward, breathing heavy but calm. I didn't hurt them. Just stop them, he nodded slowly. That was incredible. Then, a loud robotic voice echoed from above. Target escaped. Initiate lockdown protocol level 7. Red lights blinked. Metal doors began to seal across the station. Zuri looked up. We need to move. Now, they ran through the hidden service paths. Under the academy, behind walls, inside vents, through maintenance shafts. Zuri had memorized these tunnels long ago when she first arrived, in case she ever had to run. She never thought she'd be running with a friend. Leo followed close, heart pounding. Why are they doing this? He asked. Zuri answered without stopping. Because I hold something they can't control. And because I chose you. Leo paused for a second. Wait, they're coming after me now too? Zuri looked over her shoulder. You sat beside me. You cared. That makes you dangerous too. Them. Behind them, dark spider-like drones dropped from the ceiling, sleek black machines with red glowing eyes. Run. Zuri shouted. They turned sharply into a vertical shaft. Zuri used her powers to pull metal bars into steps. Leo climbed. Fast. Breathing hard, a drone fired. The beam missed his leg by inches. Zuri turned mid-climb, raised her hand, and bent the energy beam, sending it into the wall. Boom. Debris fell. The drone crashed. They reached the top and slammed the hatch. Behind them, now they were inside the Academy's ancient observatory. Dusty, forgotten, no cameras. The perfect hiding place. Leo collapsed on the floor. This is insane. I came here to learn space physics, not run from shadow agents. Zuri sat beside him, her eyes soft. I'm sorry. He looked at her. For what? For dragging you into this? Leo shook his head. You didn't drag me. I chose this. I chose you. Zuri blinked and smiled. A real one. It made. Her face looked different. Brighter. Like hope. Then she stood up and held out her hand. Come on. There's one last place we can go. The only place they won't follow. Leo took her hand. Where? She looked up at the dome ceiling. Stars moved above them. To the core deck, where the station breathes. Meanwhile, deep in the command center of Sector Black, Commander Vale watched a hologram of the memory key. She's unlocking more, he growled. Her powers are stabilizing. His assistant asked, should we send the neural wipe team? Vale shook his head. No, not yet. If she's bonded with the boy, we can use that. He touched a control panel. On the screen, Leo's file appeared. Name, age, Earth family, hometown. Find his weakness, Vale said, and make him give her up. Back in the academy, Leo and Zuri moved through forgotten hallways. Lights flickered. Walls hissed with steam. Zuri was growing quieter. Her face tensed. Leo noticed. What's wrong? She paused. They're not just hunting me anymore. They're changing the rules. They'll use lies, Fear. People you care about. Leo stopped walking. What are you trying to say? Zuri looked straight into his eyes. They will hurt you to get to me. Are you ready for that? Leo didn't answer right away. Then he did, with just one word. Yes. They reached a final door. A strange symbol was carved on it, part alien, part human. Zuri placed the crystal into a small slot. The door clicked. Open. Inside was the core deck, glowing blue, filled with energy streams and magnetic fields. This was the heart of the station, the power source. But also, Zuri walked to the center platform and placed her hand on a control panel. Something ancient responded. A new hologram appeared, a map. Leo stepped closer. Is that a planet? Zuri nodded. Not just any planet. The one that holds the other half of the key. Leo's breath caught. There's more? She looked at him. Yes, but we can't go alone. Before Leo could ask more, a beep echoed. Zuri's eyes widened. They found us again. The lights dimmed. A calm voice filled the room. Leo. This is Commander Vale. We have your mother. If you come peacefully, no one will be harmed. Leo froze. Zuri looked at him. Don't believe them. But he had already heard too much. His family. Earth. Was this all worth it? He looked down at the glowing crystal, then back at Zuri. She whispered, voice trembling, Please don't leave me. You're all I have left. Leo stared at the control panel. His mother's name glowed on the screen. We have her. Sector Black's message looped again in a cold voice. Zuri stood still, her eyes full of fear, not for herself, but for him. Leo, she whispered. They want to break you. If you give up now, they win. But Leo's mind was spinning. 1,000 thoughts. 1,000,000 doubts. Zuri walked to him, slowly. I showed you my world, she said softly. Now let me show you your future. She touched the memory crystal again. The energy pulse changed, deeper, warmer. Then the platform around them lifted silently, floating into a dark chamber filled with light. The cradle. Room. This was the ancient heart of the core deck, built before even humans arrived on Orion 7. A place only Zuri could access. Now she brought Leo here, because the truth was not in her powers. It was in him. Floating screens lit up. A map of the stars. 2 planets glowing. Earth. And another, marked only with a symbol. A circle split by lightning. This is Mira, Zuri said. The twin planet to my home. Leo stepped forward. I thought Nile was destroyed. It was, she said. But Mira is hidden. Protected by code, ancient energy code. And this, she pointed at Leo's chest right where the crystal glowed in his pocket, is the key that can unlock it? Leo frowned. Why me? I'm just normal. No, she said. You're human. She waved her hand. The chamber lit up with visions, thousands of past moments, stored by the crystal. Humans making first contact. Aliens watching Earth from afar. A prophecy, spoken in an old language. From the broken star will rise a child of the burning world. His kindness will open what weapons cannot. Zuri looked at Leo. I didn't choose you because you were strong, she said. I chose you because when everyone ran from me, you sat beside me. Leo stared at the vision, at the crystal. At her. This key you're talking about, he said. What does it unlock? Zuri's voice was quiet now. Sacred. Peace. Suddenly, the cradle room shook. The energy dimmed. An alarm echoed. Breach detected. On the screen, Commander Vale's face. You're too late, he said, calm and cruel. The human has already made his choice. Zuri turned to Leo, panicked. Don't believe him. But Leo was already running, back to the lift. Back toward the command deck. He reached a quiet hallway. Hidden from sensors, pulled out his wristpad, opened a private channel. Mom? Are you there? For a moment, static. Then, a weak voice came through. Leo? She sounded tired. Alive. But scared. Leo's throat tightened. They said they had you. I thought, I'm okay, she whispered. They're using me. Leo, don't trust them. They want her memory. They want to destroy what she carries. Then the signal cut. Silence. Zuri found him in the shadows. Leo turned to her, confused and broken. I don't know what to do. Zuri stepped closer. Gently placed the crystal in his hand. You already made your choice, Leo. The day you sat beside me. He looked into her eyes then. Something unlocked. The crystal lit up, brighter than ever before. Light flowed into Leo's chest. Not burning, but familiar. He felt everything. Zuri's loneliness. Her strength. Her loss. Her hope. And something else. A voice, not hers. Inside the crystal. Human detected. Key accepted. Planet Mira coordinates unlocked. A new star appeared on the map. Zuri's face lit with awe. You did it. But just then, boom. The door exploded open. Sector? Black soldiers stormed in. Zuri raised a shield. Go, I'll hold them off, Leo shouted. Not without you. She pushed him with a wave of energy through a side panel just before the shield broke. As Leo fell into the escape shaft, he heard Vale's voice. And this girl. Then, silence. In the small escape pod, Leo held the crystal, shaking. Below him. Orion 7 grew smaller. The crystal glowed again, and her voice whispered inside. Don't give up. We're not done yet. Asterisk, the escape pod floated through cold space. Leo sat alone, staring at the memory crystal in his hand. It had once glowed like a heartbeat. Now, it was dim, quiet, almost as if Zuri's voice had gone silent. He didn't know if she was alive. And that hurt more than anything. After 2 days drifting, the pod was picked up by a hidden rebel outpost on Titan's dark moon. Inside the base, he was greeted by strange faces, humans, cyborgs, and a few alien sympathizers. One of them stepped forward. A woman in a leather jacket, with half her face made of metal. Name, Captain Alira. You're the human with the key, she said flatly. Leo nodded. I need help. My friend is trapped. They took her. Captain Alira crossed her arms. We don't rescue aliens. Not unless there's something in it for us. Leo held up the crystal. She gave this to me. It unlocked coordinates to a planet called Mira. Everything stopped. The rebels stared. Alira's eyes widened. You saw Mira? Leo nodded. She smiled slowly. Then we'll help you. Over the next 24 hours, Alira gave Leo food, new clothes, and even a digital map. She listened to his story step by step while the engineers prepared a stealth ship. We'll break into Orion 7, she promised. We'll get your friend out. Leo finally felt hope again. Maybe. He had found people who cared. But late that night, something felt off. Leo couldn't sleep. He wandered through the base and stumbled across a locked chamber. Inside, voices. He used a small sound amp device to listen through the wall. Alira's voice. Yes, Commander Vale. He believes we're helping him. The boy still has the crystal. Leo's stomach dropped. Tomorrow we'll hand him over, alive, as agreed. A second voice, Vale's, crackled over the comms. Good. Bring the girl too, if possible. The council wants both of them erased. Leo stumbled back. Betrayed. Again. He ran through halls. Past guards. Alarm sounded. He's escaping. He reached the ship bay, and there he saw it. A figure locked inside. ACRYO-chamber.Zuri.frozen. Still, eyes closed. They had her. All along. They never meant to rescue her. They used her. Leo's anger turned cold. He pulled open the chamber and placed the crystal against the lock. Click. The glass hissed open. Zuri gasped, her lungs filling with air again. Leo caught her before she fell. You came back? She whispered. Always, he said. She blinked, weak but awake. Where are we? He looked around. A place full of liars. Then the doors slammed shut. Captain Alira entered with guards behind her, blasters ready. Her smile was sharp. Now you should have slept, kid. Leo stood between Zuri and the soldiers. I won't let you take her. Alira laughed. You're a boy with a rock. Zuri lifted her hand, glowing faintly. And I'm more than they think. Alira raised her weapon. Leo spoke calmly. You betrayed the wrong girl. He touched the crystal to Zuri's hand. It flared. Bright. Blinding. Everything stopped. The entire room lit with blue-white energy. Zuri floated above the ground, her eyes wide open now, glowing fully. The ship trembled. Screens cracked. Alira screamed. Stop her! But it was too late. Zuri's voice rang out, not weak, not scared, but powerful. I remember everything now. You wanted to erase me, but I was born to remember. And I remember what Mira is. She reached toward Leo. He took her hand. And suddenly, they vanished, gone in a pulse of light, leaving only a burned message on the floor. We're going home. Somewhere in the dark of space, a gate began to open. Not just coordinates. Not just stars. But the true path to my raw. Where the final truth waited. Space folded. Time slowed. And in one flash of light, Leo and Zuri vanished from known space. No ship. No fuel. Just the energy of a memory crystal. And trust. When the light faded, they stood, floating in orbit above a lost world. The surface. Below shimmered like a living mirror. Blue forests. Floating stone towers. A sky with two suns and no clouds. Mira, the sister world to Zuri's destroyed home. Untouched. Sacred. Waiting. But they weren't alone. Orbiting. Mira was a single silent structure. Not a satellite. Not a ship. It was watching. As Zuri approached. The atmosphere. The structure activated. A voice older than any language echoed in her mind. Genetic match detected. Memory host. Zuri 7. Second key confirmed. Human companion present. Welcome home. They landed in a garden of light. Not a garden of plants, but energy. Each step lit the ground beneath their feet. The air was warm, silent, alive. Zuri breathed in deeply. It remembers me, she said softly. Leo glanced around. This place, it's like a dream. She turned to him. No, it's a second chance. At the center of the garden, a pillar rose. A vault, ancient and sealed for centuries. Zuri stepped forward and placed the crystal inside. The vault responded. Not with noise, but with visions glowing all around them. History. Truths. Buried by time. Zuri's people had once created a gift, a way to heal broken worlds, broken minds, broken species. A neural UNIFIER. It could share empathy, link thoughts. Let pain be understood, but it only worked if powered by two hearts. One from her world. One from Earth. Zuri looked at Leo. It's you, she said. Leo stepped forward. Then let's finish this, together. They placed their hands on the vault. It opened. Light exploded into the sky. Not destructive. Not dangerous. Healing. Across the galaxy, something shifted. At Sector Black HQ, systems crashed. At Orion 7, weapons powered down. In Earth's orbit, silence returned, because the signal from Mira From Zuri and Leo was peace, not power, a message. We are not enemies. We are one. Back on Mira, Zuri collapsed. Exhausted. Leo caught her. Hey, stay with me. She smiled weakly. I'm okay. Just tired. Her eyes flickered. Is it done? Leo looked up at the glowing sky. The vault now silent. The world at peace. Yeah, he whispered. You did it. 3 days later, the galaxy changed. The Council of Worlds called back Sector Black. Orion 7 held a ceremony. Zuri's name was spoken, not as a curse, but as a legend. And Leo? He stood beside her the whole time, because he never left. As the stars rose again, Zuri stood in her academy uniform, but now it had a new badge on the chest. A circle. A flame. A crystal. The symbol of my rod. Children passed her in the hallway, whispering, but not in fear. In awe. She's the one, they said. She's the girl who changed everything. On the last night before leaving Orion 7, Leo sat with her on the sky deck, the same place she first sent him that secret message. You remember when I first sat beside you? He asked. She smiled. Yes, you had messy hair and too many questions. He laughed. You said I was your first friend. She looked at him. You were, she said, and I still don't have many. He looked at her, serious now. Well? You have me? She turned to the stars, her eyes glowing, and her voice finally steady. I was never useless. I just needed to be seen.